Good afternoon, students, and welcome back to our class. Today, we are going to end this chapter with this last point, that is semiconductor diode lasers.
In this laser, we will discuss its characteristics, its principle, its construction, advantages, disadvantages, and application. Okay, let us start one by one. First of all, what is a semiconductor diode laser? Actually, it is specifically fabricated PN junction diode. It is specifically fabricated PN junction diode. This diode emits a laser light when it is forward biased. When it is forward biased, that semiconductor diode is called as semiconductor diode laser. They are having some specific characteristics. That is the type. It is a solid state semiconductor laser. It is a solid state semiconductor laser. Second characteristic is active medium. A PN junction diode made from a single crystal of gallium arsenide. Gallium arsenide is used as a active medium. Is used as a active medium. Third one is the pumping method. The direct conversion method is used for pumping action. Direct conversion method is used for pumping action. Next, the power output. The power output from this laser is 1 mW. Milliwatt. The nature of output is continuous wave or pulsed output. You can get a continuous wave or pulsed output. Gallium arsenide laser gives infrared radiation in the range between 8300 to 8500 angstrom. So, these are some characteristics. Now, we will discuss its principle, on which principle it works. When a PN junction diode is forward bias, when a PN junction diode is a forward bias, the electron from N region and holes from P region crosses the junction. They crosses the junction and recombines with each other. They recombine with each other. Electrons from N region and holes from P region. During the recombination process, the light radiations, that is photon, the light radiation is released from a certain specific, from certain specified band gap, certain specified band gap like gallium arsenide. This light radiation is known as a recombination radiations. Recombinations radiation. The photon emitted during recombination, the photon emitted during recombination stimulated other electron. That emitted photon stimulates the other electron and holes to recombine. As a result, stimulated emission takes place which produces a laser beam. On this principle, our semiconductor diode laser works. Once again, when a PN junction diode is in forward bias, Then electron from N region and the holes from the P region crosses the junction and recombines with each other. During this recombination process, the light radiations is released from a certain specific band gap. Okay, this light radiation is known as recombination radiations. Recombination radiation. The photon emitted during recombination, stimulates other electron and hole to recombine. During the recombination process, it emits a radiation, and that radiation again stimulate other electron and hole to recombine. As a result, stimulated emission take place, which produces a laser beam. On this principle, our semiconductor diode laser works. Okay. Now next, how we can construct? This figure shows the basic construction of semiconductor laser. The active medium is a PN junction diode. This active medium is a PN junction diode made from the single crystal of gallium arsenide. This crystal is cut in the form of a platen having thickness of 0.5 millimeter. 0.5 micro mm. Okay. After that, the plates consist of two parts having an electron conductivity, that is N type, and hole conductivity, that is P type. The photon emission is stimulated in a very thin layer of PN junction in order of few microns. Okay. Now that electrical voltage is applied to the crystal through the electrode with fixed on the upper surface. Once again, the photon emission is stimulated in a very thin layer of PN junction. After that, the electrical voltage is applied to the crystal through the electrodes, which are fixed in upper surfaces. So the end phase of the junction diode are well polished and parallel to each other. They act as a optical resonator through which emitted light come out. Okay. This is nothing but a simple construction of a semiconductor diode laser. Now, the working principle of semiconductor diode laser. For that, we have to understand this energy level diagram of semiconductor laser. By using this energy level diagram, we can explain its working. Okay. So, when the PN junction diode is forward biased with large applied voltage, the electrons and holes are injected into a junction region in considerable concentration. When we applied a large voltage across the PN junction diode, the electrons and the holes are injected into the junction with a large amount, with a large concentration. Now the region around the junction contains a large amount of electrons in the conduction band and large amount of holes in the valence band, as shown in this energy level diagram. The large amount of electrons in the conduction band and the large amount of holes in the valence band. If the population density is high, a conduction of population inversion is achieved. Once again, if population density is high, a population inversion is achieved. So the electrons and the holes recombine with each other, and this recombination process radiations in the form of a light. This recombination process of electrons and holes produces a radiations, and that radiations in the form of light. When the forward bias voltage is increased, more and more light photons are emitted, and the light production instantly becomes stronger. So these photons will trigger a chain of stimulated recombination, resulting in the release of photon in phase, and the emitted photon, all the photons are in phase. So the photon moving at the plane of the junction travel back and forth by reflection between two side placed parallel and opposite to each other, and it grows the strength. How? When that photon moving at the planes of the junction, during that process, that photon travels back and forth. It means the reflection between two side plates which are placed parallelly and opposite to each other. After gaining enough strength, it gives out the laser beam of wavelength 8400 Angstrom. 8400 Angstrom. The wavelength of laser light is given by E is equal to h nu, or we know nu is nothing but c by lambda. So that Eg is equal to hc by lambda, or lambda is equal to hc by Eg. On that basis, we can find out the wavelength of that laser diode. Okay, this is the working of semiconductor diode laser. Now, advantages of semiconductor diode laser. It is a very small in dimension, and the arrangement is simple and compact. The main advantages of semiconductor diode laser. And this laser having high efficiency as compared to the remaining two laser, as we discuss in this chapter. The laser output can be easily increased by controlling the junction current. So it is operated with laser power than Ruby and CO2 laser. Ruby laser and CO2 laser. It requires a very little auxiliary equipment, and it can have a continuous wave output or pulsed output as per our convenience. These are the advantages related with semiconductor diode laser. So there are some disadvantages also, from which first one is it is difficult to control the mode pattern and mode structure of laser. The output is usually from 5 degree to 15 degree, that is laser beam has large diversion. The purity and monochromaticity are power than other type of laser. The threshold current density is very large in this type of semiconductor diode laser. It having poor coherence and poor stability. Poor coherence and poor stability. Okay. So these are the disadvantages related with semiconductor diode laser. Next, applications of this semiconductor diode laser. First one, it is widely used in fiber optics communication. We are using the semiconductor diode laser in fiber optics communication. It is used to heal the wound by infrared radiation. It is also used as a painkiller. Okay. It is used in laser printer and CD writing and reading. You can use this semiconductor diode for CD writing and reading. So, if you have any doubt with this semiconductor diode laser, you can ask anytime. That's the end of this chapter. The remaining part of this paper we will discuss in next lecture. Thank you.